Something changed in America over the last few years. One side thought they had total control, but ordinary people started pushing back. Here are 4 ways that the culture has completely shifted, and this almost brought me to tears when I was doing the research. Let's go. In 2021, we had a NASCAR incident where some guy named Brandon won the race. And in fact, after the Afghanistan withdrawal, there were chants that were not "Let's go, Brandon," but the interviewer interpreted them as that. Watch this.
Video of the crowd breaking out in this chant, a euphemism for a vulgar threat against President Biden, went viral over the weekend.
After that chant came about, it became a unifying symbol among those on one side of the political spectrum that said, we are willing to stand up to authority when it is unjust and when it behaves in ways that are alternative to what is a flourishing and thriving American populace. That chant went everywhere and even occurred in places as mundane as churches. Even though I love my church, that cultural chant became a war cry, a battle cry for one side, really the populist side of the American public. The second cultural incident that reshaped America in the last 4 years was the UNC frat bros protecting the flag when it was trying to be torn down by pro-Palestinian protesters. Watch this.
Of this day be an American flag falls at UNC.
Ongoing protests against the war in Gaza intensified on campus Tuesday. At one point, pro-Palestinian protesters replaced the American flag flying over the quad with a Palestinian one. After university administrators brought a new flag, they tried bringing that one down as well.
My friends and I kind of looked at each other and then said, we should go over there.
Jason Calderon joined several of his fellow students in propping up the flag to prevent it from touching the ground. All while he says he and others were pelted with objects from protesters.
For years, the left told young men to be ashamed of America, but the UNC frat bros demonstrated that they were willing to stand up for the ideals that flag stood for. And as the result, a GoFundMe was levied in their honor, and it raised over $250,000 in 12 hours, showing that there were social rewards for standing up for something that ordinarily in years prior would have been punished, they would have been canceled, they would have been torn down. Instead, there was a cultural momentum on the other side to push this type of thought process that America can be inherently good, push that to the fore. Number 3 is the iconic song Rich Men North of Richmond by Oliver Anthony.
People like you wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world.
This song did not attack the typical ways that the American people felt marginalized. It attacked class. Now, this spoke to the white working class Americans, or even just any race, any gendered working class Americans who felt that their elites had been stomping on them without reprisal for a long time. And when this song came out, I witnessed personally people online in tears of all races, all swaths, all genders, all ethnicities, everyone coming together to feel deep in their soul that they were being done dirty by an elite class. And Oliver Anthony, who is, as much as I can tell, a moderate, rallied behind that and said, yes, the working class deserves better. This was a song that changed the momentum in the direction towards conservatism. I can tell you forthrightly that the last one, number 4, is when my political stripes changed the most, and that was during lockdowns. Watch this.
Did find, so they were comparing states with different mandates for different periods of time, and they were saying what they're looking at, you did get lower cases for masks, lockdowns, and vaccination, but you only got an actual lower death rate for vaccination did produce lower death rate, but not the other interventions. And this is some interesting.
By far the biggest turning point in the American political class in the last 5 years. And because the typical American saw the way that they were, the governmental structures and the people in power were willing to lie to us. They were willing to call us everything but out our name if we were unwilling to get vaccinated. They were willing to put us aside, to make us remain in our homes. They shut down our businesses. The wealth transfer went upward, and people witnessed as their children were locked down from school that the teachers unions and other people involved in the educational system really did not have the best interest of their children at heart. They had the best interest of protecting themselves. And then after all that, the country changed, and the culture will never be the same in our lifetime.